My name is Marina and I'm here to briefly introduce myself. I've been working as a clinical psychologist and a private counselor in psychology for 6 years. I've been graduated from one of the most famous universities in Russia, in Ural region, and now I have moved to Georgia. Actually, it's my second time here and I have experience living in Sweden, in Thailand, and in Turkey and in Georgia too. So it's my second time here and now I'm here for more than 1 year. As far as you know, Russia now has really difficult and tough times, and for me it's really hard to introduce myself and being honest as a Russian person working abroad, living abroad, but being really involved in things which happen there. I'm not only a psychologist, also I am a LGBT activist, also from Russia. I was involved in activism in Yekaterinburg, in the city where I've been living for 6 years. It's the big city, like fourth in the country, more than 2 million people there. But this region is really far from the capitals. I'm in St. Petersburg and Moscow. So if you live there, you are really far from dark times. Last few years we see how tough people there are, and it really inspired me. So now I support the Alliance of Straights and LGBT for Equality. This organization is really strong and they are working since 2012 when the law of Milonov against homo propaganda, wherever it means, we still don't know. So this organization is 10 years today, and I'm happy to be one of the coordinators, and I love my colleagues, and I hope we will be doing more visible stuff, but now it's really unhealthy for our government to see some LGBT activists movements, and anything you do, you will be put in the note paper of police and other power organization, wherever. They will find you, they will grab you, they will put you in the jail, and they might even kill you, and whatever they can do. It might sound really like weird for me and for those of us who never see something like that in your native country. I have no idea where you might be from, and I would be happy to know that you have never been involved in these political weird stuff. It's really hard to be Russian today, to have red passport. Lots of my colleagues from LGBT activism, political activism, and a lot of people I meet here in Georgia. It's the country, it's not the America state, it's the country next to Turkey and Armenia. A lot of businesses left Russia during this half year, and I'm happy that I'm not there actually, because I'm here in Georgia since last year, since May of last year. So for many months I've been assimilating here. I've been building my life here, working distantly. I have mentioned before that I'm a psychologist, so I've been working distantly. I do a lot of online consultations, and it's my main stuff I do. So I call myself freelancer psychologist, wherever you want. So mostly I work with Russians. So now I feel that I have to make some plans for my future. I have to choose which way for me is more preferable to continue my study, my education, to push my career. And I think a lot about in which country I will live, in which country I will build my life, build my networking, build my family, build my house, and so on and so on. So I'm thinking now about moving to Portugal, and I like South Europe a lot. I love Greece actually, but it's really not easy today to get visa. And I remember one thing when I was living in Sweden. We were like Swedish girls me, a Russian girl. It was like 2015, so like 7 years ago, and one girl from Latvia or Lithuania. I think it was Lithuania. So we were like discussing how many countries have you visited, and they were like, I visited like 30 countries. I visited like USA and all Europe, but nothing else. And I'm like, 3 countries including Sweden, because it's really hard when you are living in such a dark place, which is not friendly with other countries, to get visa anywhere. It's expensive. I can say that now I feel really stable. I feel really comfortable about my life, about how I feel, about my community, about my money, about my communication with my family. All of my family is in Russia, actually. But it was really hard to accept it during the beginning of the year, and all the spring took all of my blood just to get like my mind together, stuff in my head together, my mind and my soul connected, to understand that, yeah, the country I am from originally started the war. Fucking war. It does not mean that they started the war like on 24th of February this year. No, they've been subordinate wars for at least the last 8 years, but we remember the stuff they made in Georgia, the country I'm here now. We know Syria, we know Chechnya in 2000 and 2001. So it's kind of hard to be born in this country which tried to look civil and like democratic. When I was in 8th grade of school, I was like 14. We were discussing democracy, and I was like, are we democracy? It was never a democracy. But it tried to look good all the time, and now it's impossible to be blind, actually. And I feel really bad about that, because all these years, I'm like 28 now, and the president of Russia is working for 20 years. So I am most of my life, he is a president. I think it's not healthy for anyone, even for him. I hope he will get some heart attack wherever and lie down under those Ural mountains. His hole to hide in. Learn how to live this life, but actually also I have to deal with my Russian passport. I have to deal with this all the time fight between those who live in the country and those who left the country. It's all the time some misunderstandings, some hate speech to each other. I cannot hate anyone. I understand those who left just after the war started. It was like thousands and thousands of people moving like everywhere, especially in Georgia, in Turkey, in Armenia. Yerevan is full of Russians. Tbilisi is full of Russians. Europe is not like full of Russians because they're like, oh no, stop, we don't want you anymore. Like, it's also understandable for me. Not everyone is understanding this, but I understand why countries are afraid of us, of me. Yeah, it's kind of strange for some point, but on the other hand, I can understand it, actually. I can let it go. But I don't want to be the person of non grata just because I'm Russian. Actually, I don't think it makes me someone like not human anymore. I want to have my rights as a human on this planet. I want to live normal life, eat normal food, and be safe, and be eligible to make friends everywhere, buy coffee, support my health, and continue of working on my career. I don't want to shut up just because I'm Russian and I have to hide myself, because we have suffered in this country. Not all of us, actually, so I understand those who stay there. But I have mentioned before, some people fight, they try to bark to each other just because like one think that, oh, you left, you're like losers, you weak, that you ran away from the problems, we have to live in this country, we have to help this country, like so on, so on. Fine, you're good with that, stay there, work there. Actually, I didn't work differently when I was in Russia. I was not good. I was depressed. I was living in St. Petersburg and Yekaterinburg and in my native town. So it's three places I've been living, and I traveled a lot in the country during my how to say, teenage and childhood with my family and with camps, so on. So I've been seeing a lot of stuff there. I was not born in like super wealthy family and in super healthy family. No, I was born in typical Russian family with working parents, but not so conscious parents actually. Most of us, people my age from countries closest to Russia, which were in USSR, we have a lot of common things in our mindsets and in our react system. So it's kind of obvious all the time when you meet people like from from closest countries. What I want to say is that my point of view is it's totally okay if you want to change something, because I was really suffering living in St. Petersburg. Last year I was running around the Alexandrov garden in the middle of this beautiful city, which is built on the blood of a lot of people. It was the kingdom there, queendom there, a lot of like weird World War II happened in St. Petersburg. So it's like full of pain already, but it's not enough for this country to suffer, to hurt people living there. So I'm not supporting the government working now there. I am supporting Navalny and his point of view. I am supporting the changing of the government there. Everyone in Ukraine and Russia, all other people from other countries, they all are supposed to be wealthy, healthy, happy, having good food, having good air, having good water, having good networking, having their dreams coming true. We are people and we share in this planet. Why should one country go to another country and say them like, you do weird stuff, we don't like it, we want to save you? Like, we can compare it to the house. To me, if someone will come to my house and say like, your wallpapers are bad, so let's change it, I will say, fuck you, fuck off and go change your wallpapers how you want. So it's some complex of the feeling that you are powerful, that you have more like danger power, I don't know, you have more empowerment to impact other country, to say them how wrong they are, like why you care, fuck you, because Russia is not super good place to live. It's hard to get education, it's hard to be accepted if you are a LGBT person or you have some health issues. People there, not here because I'm not in Russia now, people there, but in my native country, are not so tolerant as they are supposed to be in 2022, because they don't support the war they started. What? So for me, it's my choice. Being far away from there, but still being involved in political issues, being an activist, LGBT activist, doing helpful stuff as much as I can. I cannot do much, actually. I can't. Because at the beginning, was feeling really close to me is that I have lost all of my money income. I was having like 5 lari, it's like $2. Yeah, my friend from she has a really long story of where she is from. Now she's living in Lithuania and working there. So she has sent me the pack of products. It was like God is blessed. Yeah. And so I met at the beginning of war really in really low condition. My psychotherapist left me really unhealthy way. I was blocked from my Russian money because Visa and MasterCard stopped working, and Swift of Sberbank fucked me off with those like 100 euros at the moment, or even less. But now it could save my life. So it was really dark for me at this point, but not as dark as people in Ukraine were like waiting for bombs every day. I cannot compare this. I was safe. I have had roof above my head. Yeah. So what I wanted to say is who I am and where I live now. It's your choice to follow my channel or maybe leave some comment down below. Ask me some question. But what I plan to do here is to talk a lot about migration stuff, about my thoughts on some like political issues, whatever. And of course, I want to talk about psychology because it's my river, and I love this so much. I don't have Instagram page on English. I have only Russian accounts. They are really small. I'm not a blogger from Russia. I am just expert working and showing sometimes on the media. So if you want to stay connected with me, I will be really happy because I don't mind finding new friends and developing my English language and my English speaking communication and network. So I was really happy to share my short story with you. If you feel touched, so you can share your thoughts down below. I will be appreciating all of your support, and I will answer all of your questions. You can thank me with a like if you have watched until now. And if you speak Russian, you can check my podcast and my Russian speaking YouTube channel, because there I have already a lot of interesting videos about psychology. My kisses. Let's live in peace.